So we're always talking about the Ace family and Austin McBroom on this channel, but sometimes I forget that Austin has an equally cringe brother named Landon. You guys may have heard of Landon McBroom because he has his own YouTube channel, but once upon a time he had a channel called This Is LNS, which he shared with his partner named Shyla. They had an extremely messy breakup where she accused him of getting physical with her, and there were recordings and clips that were leaked onto the internet. We saw a request for a restraining order. I believe at some point Landon pretty much lost custody of his child temporarily. It was all really messy. But today we're talking about another messy situation that Landon is getting himself into, and it involves another YouTuber named Bramty. She has a family channel with a husband and children, and it's interesting that these are grown-ups that we're talking about. These people have children and they're posting videos and talking about each other like this. I mean, my baby's in the back, so I guess I'm a hypocrite because I've got my child right there and I'm talking about this. But anyways, Landon posted a video called A Message to My Biggest Fan, Bramty, which I feel like is such a clickbaity title. It has about 250,000 views, which I just don't know why he decided to do this.
I have a very, very special message for a very, very special fan. Everybody give a round of applause. This person has supported me from day one. This person has loved me and just always been there for me, okay? And this special fan happens to go by the name of Bramty.
If you guys go and look at the comments, people do not agree with Landon, and everyone's pretty much taking her side and calling out the hypocrisy here. He's calling her a grown-ass woman when they're the same age, and it just seems very dismissive of him. Now let's get into why Landon is upset. Here's a clip from his video where he explains it a little bit. I am sorry for the music in the background. It drives me crazy. I cannot stand when there's unnecessary music.
So if you guys do not know, Bramty has had a lot to say about me over the years.
Landon McBroom.
And not only about me, but my family.
All these people are known to be like rats in a rat. Don't forget.
My brother.
Of Austin specifically.
With the numerous events that have taken place on social media and the things that have came about.
So Bramty has replied to this video, which we'll dive more into it as we go, but she tweeted out, "Sigh, now I've got to take Bramty out of the closet," which we're all here for. All the replies were hell yeah, and her tweet out got almost 7,000 likes, which is pretty good. People are interested in this beef that they have because it has been going on for some time. Before we dive deeper into this video, I want to take you guys back and remind you why we're here. At one point, Bramty posted a video on their channel where they speak about the Ace family and Landon. It kind of seems like Bramty has issues with Austin, Catherine, and Landon, and in this video they're speaking about the Ace family, but also talking a little bit about Landon. It's kind of a long clip, but I want to include it because there's a lot of context here, and I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit because, we all talk a little bit slow on here. I don't know if you guys watch your videos in 1x speed, 2x speed. Sometimes I have to for some creators.
Another YouTube family that we have had a bad experience with.
Ooh, wow. 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 Wow.
You know what? I'm gonna answer this.
I want to answer too, but I might not expose who they are. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
okay.
I do have a YouTube family that I don't like. Now, there's a difference between not liking them and just having beef with them. I don't have beef with them. I just don't like them. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. It's a little story time, but I'm not gonna say who they are because then that would cause beef, and I don't want beef with anybody. I want to be at peace in my heart with everybody and just be good. So,
wait, so I know who it is?
You know who it is. When I tell a story, you're gonna know who it is. Okay. So a couple years ago, when we was coming out the Navy, we literally started blowing up on YouTube. We were getting a lot of subscribers because we were putting out content a lot more than we were on YouTube. So we were blowing up really fast. And another YouTube family was blowing up too, but just not as fast as us. So I sensed that they sensed us as a competition. So one day, this person tweeted they said, "Who should we collab with?" And a lot of people said us. So this guy DM'd me, and he's like, "Hey, everybody's saying that we should collab. What's your number?" So I'm like, "Okay," I gave my number. He texted me, Lewis knew, of course,
Mhm.
and he's like, okay, let's collab. Like, what are some video ideas?
Yep.
You know who I'm talking about? You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know exactly.
So I was like telling Lewis, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like, we're gonna collab with them because we, of course, knew who they were. So I give this guy 2 specific video ideas.
Oh, now I know who you're talking
of
about.
what? Who did you think it was before?
Well,
You thought it was somebody else?
well, they're related, so.
Oh, okay. So I give this, I
Okay, I know you're talking
I
about.
give this guy 2 specific video ideas of what our collab can be about. So one idea was basically where he takes Penelope for the day, of course with us there. I would give Penelope off to him and his girl and babysits Penelope. And he does like parents for a day like type video. And then I gave him another idea. So before I gave him the idea, we were just like a quick little, oh hey, like it's collab, oh my god, yeah, like okay, cool, what are you gonna do? Like what day, blah blah. And then I gave him the video ideas. After I texted him the video ideas, he never replies back to me. Ghosted. And then I'm not even kidding you, after he ghosted me, a couple days later,
After he was all about it.
after he was all about it, like let's collab, that's this and that,
Right.
I see that they uploaded a video with the same exact video idea that I gave them.
And I think, didn't you give him a title?
And the title, everything. I was like, oh, we can do this, we can title it this. They
Yep.
use the title, they use the video idea, they
Like,
use the video concept.
Word by word.
Everything. So they basically texted me to collab,
Yep.
took the video ideas I gave them, ghosted me, and then did it on their own. So they kind of like used us,
Use you for an
but
idea.
then I'm not sure like what their intentions were.
I don't get it, because you can
to
use somebody
reach
for an
out.
idea. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like the situation at all, and it was just like I was just like when I saw that they uploaded that, I was just like,
Damn.
okay, I see the type of person you are now.
Like, honestly, that's like no respect for you.
It's really like it just shows the type of person that you are to do that, and so that happened like when we lived in California. I don't have beef with them. I just don't like them because I know the type of person they are. He is whatever, and so there is a YouTube family that I don't like. Because they did that. Nothing against them, like we have something in our hearts towards them. It's just like if we hear their name,
We have an impression of
we
them.
just have already,
Well, they made an impression of
they
themselves.
yeah, they did, and it's just like
was
just
like-
people you don't want to be associated with.
So it was kind of a snarky moment. And at this point, people didn't really put it all together. I mean, it was clear they were talking about them, but nobody really talked about it on YouTube. People really started paying attention to their drama when the Bramfam exposes Landon McBroom and the Ace family through Bramty's Instagram, which my video actually got 600,000 views. So that's pretty wild. I didn't realize that so many people watched it. So it seemed like Bramty was just fed up with this family. So she took to her Instagram and she low-key went off and she named names. And I also want to include this clip because it's why Landon's upset. And I think it's bizarre that he's bringing it up so much later. It just seems like he's reaching for content and he's like, let me just go for Bramty.
And this family, this whole all these people are known to be rats and just kind of do what they gotta do to get ahead of everybody. And it's really up. Well, anyways, so till this day, I get DMs can you tell us who you were talking about? A lot of you guys are really curious, and I want to say who I was talking about. Who is this person that I'm talking about? Who's the family channel? So it doesn't have to do with the family channel, with the girl. I have nothing against her. I've never spoken to her. I've never had an altercation with her. Nothing against her. I actually wish her the best. And when you guys find out who the guy is, you'll know why I wish her the best. So the guy is Landon McBroom. I think he's a big ass piece of shit. I think he's a rat. And with everything that's been coming out, I wish her the best. And I hope she's doing good and getting over this whole situation. And I've heard so many stories about him from other YouTubers, behind the scenes that he's done to other people too. And a rat, don't forget, a rat. Honestly, the entire McBroom family, I just think they have really bad morals, and they'll do whatever the hell they have to do to get on top. And then when they don't need you anymore, when you're not convenient to them, they just cut you right off. I've had not the best not experiences, but when we collabed with the Ace family a really long time ago, didn't have the best impression of Austin specifically, and that's why I still followed Catherine, but I just unfollowed her. But just shit like that. But Catherine, she's super sweet, nothing against her personally, but I just think she just has the same mindset and mentality of them, of using people. I unfollowed her just because I didn't feel right talking about her brother-in-law while still following her, and then I've also been wanting to unfollow her for a little bit now. It pains me to talk about her because she is sweet, but I just feel she plays the game the same exact way that Austin and Landon do. She hit me up a while ago when her skincare line launched, and she wanted to send me a PR package, and I said of course. I put it on my story. Amazing products. She honestly put so much energy and time into that, and it really showed, and I was genuinely really happy for her. So then weeks go by and I needed help contacting somebody on Instagram, and I was like, hey, would you happen to know anybody? Just because she has a shit ton of followers, I'm sure she has a contact over on Instagram. And she kind of beat around the bush, didn't want to give it to me, Weeks go by, I asked her again, beat around the bush again, didn't want to give it to me. And then I asked her if I can send her something from my new clothing store. I was like, I would love to send you and like the girl something, and she just didn't hit me back up. But like other times I would DM her, like she would reply back to me perfectly fine. But then it's like, you want me to promote your product. You wanted me to promote your product, you know, as a favor. It's beneficial to you, but then when I expect like the same support back, like I couldn't get it.
So in that clip, it's a long clip, but in that Instagram story, you guys heard her talk a little bit about Catherine. She's actually tweeted about Catherine as well, about this situation where she wrote, imagine supporting someone's brand, and when you ask them if you can send them stuff from your new store, they never reply back. But they've replied perfectly fine to other messages. I'm over giving them the benefit of the doubt. So she was fed up with the whole family. So of course, Landon takes it very personally, and he made this video, and I find it very just like, I don't know, you could tell he's like bothered. Like, I just don't like, it reminds me of high school kind of vibes, like it's just kind of petty. Like, why is he even bringing this up? And he's bringing it up because, you know, Bramty wanted her husband to fight him in the ring, which I'm pretty sure her husband, you guys saw him in an earlier clip, he's a bigger guy. I don't think Landon would have a chance, but I would love to see that fight, because it's got like, that has personal beef right there, and that's what I'm like, that's what I think like wrestling and fighting really needs. Like, we need people who actually don't like are ready to fight it out. Like, I'm tired of these petty videos posting like, oh, shout out to my biggest fan Bramty. It's kind of boring. Like, let's watch them actually fight it out. But let's go ahead and watch this clip, and I want you guys to pay attention to how like snarky Landon's being, just kind of acting almost full of himself, like, oh yeah, like I got you. Nothing he really says is super damaging, and he doesn't even really like share receipts for what he's trying to convey.
She has always voiced her opinion on me, again, my family, my situation, such and such. And I have never, ever, ever had anything to say about her. I've never said anything back. I've never voiced my opinion. I just let her say these things because she clearly loves me so much and cares about my life so much that she just continues to talk about it. So before we get into today's video, I have a special message to Bramty, okay? So Bramty, I would like to award you with Fan of the Year. Woo! Everybody give it up, man. Everybody give it up. If you had such a crush on me this whole time, you could have just let me know. I know you're married and shit. But if you had such a crush on me where you just always had to keep my name in your mouth, you know what I'm saying? You should have just let me know. You could have talked to me. You do have my number. And we did share text back.
He's giving me, okay, I have to say this, and I like don't want to, oh, there's a fly too that keeps following me. He gives me like, where's my hug energy. You know those guys like, where's my hug at? Where's my hug at? Like, this is the energy I'm getting.
Back in the day, you know, we went back and forth a little bit. Maybe that was when, you know, Mr. Luis couldn't keep you too happy in that time. You know, I'm not gonna say too much about it. I wouldn't want to go there, you know? And this is just coming from, you know, the light of the recent outbreak she had. The last thing she had, you know, she mentioned me on her social media, which was when I was looking for an opponent for my upcoming boxing match. And she just really, really, really wanted her husband to be my opponent. And I get it, you know what I mean? You're trying to talk on social media. You want to get the fight for your husband, get him the payday to support your family and everything. And I get it. But sometimes you just gotta quit. You know what I mean? And I talk about that really quick. First off, I don't know if you guys know this or not, because you guys aren't true boxing fans or boxing, you know, connoisseurs or whatever you want to say it. But a boxing match is distributed by weight. You guys have to be in the same weight. I weigh 165 pounds. My fight with Adam Saleh is 165 pounds, right? 135 to 165. I need you guys to ask how much Lewis weighs. I don't know how much he weighs. I never talked to this man in my life. Maybe you should ask how much he weighs, but it ain't nowhere near that. He wouldn't be able to get to that. And for real, ask him. I know he'll talk about it because, again, all they do is, I'm sure he'll respond to you guys if you ask how much he weighs. But he would never be able to fight me because we're not the same weight. Number two, this is my pro debut. Okay, this is my first pro fight. And the only way for the commission to allow it to be a pro fight is to fight another person who has experience and has previous fights. Like Adam Saleh, like Face Temper, like Blueface, like Jarvis, like these people that I was wanting to fight, right? Not Blueface, but. And that's how Adam Saleh came about. And Adam Saleh actually has the most experience out of any of us, out of any influencer boxer, out of anybody, right? This is someone who everyone thinks is gonna beat me because he has so much experience, which is great for me. I love it, I love the challenge.
Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead. I don't care about this part.
Bramty, I love your support for your husband. I love it, but It's a negative, okay? And I didn't need to be the rat on social media, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay, it's cool. Again, my final message to Bramty, congratulations for Fan of the Year award, because you've been it 7 years in a row, okay? And I love it. You're like SpongeBob.
Having pride in your work is nothing to be ashamed of.
You know what I mean? I love it. So shout out to you, shout out to your handsome husband and your beautiful family and those beautiful kids. No sarcasm, you have a beautiful family. I just advise you to not speak so much on other people on social media. You're a grown ass woman, you know what I'm saying? You don't know people's situations, people's stories, you know. And pride is a drug, I get it. Sometimes you gotta get off that drug. You know what I mean? You gotta get off it. So, I love you guys. And I'm back. You know what I'm saying?
The teeth are teething. Honestly, I kind of agree with some parts. I mean, she is the one who's publicly spoken out against him, but it is so just cringe. And him going on about like her husband's weight. Like, I get it, brother. Like, the boxing won't work out, but also like, I guess it does matter. I'm like, who cares? Just put them in together. I remember when like Aaron Carter recently fought Lamar Odom, and Lamar Odom's like way bigger than him. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I know this is just kind of like, you know, why are we talking about this? But also I've had my eye on it the last few days, and I was like, you know what? Let's talk about this. And now that I live in such an area where there's a lot of people like this, I see like people I talk about, and honestly, it's like you would think I'd be like so scared, but I'm not. Like last night I was at a place called like Soho House, but it was like a new location. Anyways, I saw Alexa Nicholas's like ex-husband and his girlfriend. They came up to me and were like, you made a video saying that my husband R-worded, you know. I was like, yeah, like I just was there. So, you know, I'm not gonna like go and make things up on the internet. Like, these people really have nothing to say if I'm just reiterating what's reported or what has been told to me, like through Alexa. That's a whole nother video. But anyways, I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.